Hello, everybody, and welcome to Exploring Fort Saskatchewan with your hosts, Mayor Gale Katchur and Curtis Dominique.
Awesome.
Ready? That's the best part of it.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the newest episode of Exploring Fort Saskatchewan. I'm Curtis Dominique, and I'm here, as always, with the mayor of our beautiful city, Gale Katchur. How are you today?
Excellent. We had a fantastic week last week. I think you heard probably a lot of the announcements that were going on. It was a very busy weekend as well. So you know what? Because we are exploring Fort Saskatchewan and we want to promote our beautiful city, let's talk about a few of those.
All right, shall we get to the biggest announcement that we've had so far in our great city, the bridge expansion?
That would be a good one to start with.
Okay.
That one would be top of the list. So I went to the budget speech down at the legislature, and as I'm sitting up top, of course, I'm listening to Minister Cece talk about all of the projects that are being unveiled, and then of course he said yes, and funding is being put into the budget for the twinning of the Highway 15 bridge. Well, you know what? This was a surprise for me. We've lobbied, we've advocated, we've said, when is it our turn for Fort Saskatchewan to have our transportation corridor fixed? And so, you know what? They always say without planning, you're never going to get started. So the announcement was they're putting in planning and design funding to twin the road, to twin the bridge. And you know what? Thank goodness we have engineers that are going to be able to look at this in a whole different light and be able to see, how these plans are going to work out. So that is really exciting for Fort Saskatchewan.
It's huge. Now it just creates that whole gridlock, because at 5 o'clock when you try and get out on that one road, oh my God, it's just so horrible. And if, God forbid, any accidents happen, that's it. You got to go the alternate route. Now with the dual lane, it's going to be amazing.
Well, dual lane, but they say they're actually going to put in an interchange up at 1537 and 825. And that's where we have a lot of the problem, because that's where the bottleneck comes when you have the lights up there. But what you have to remember is all of these large projects do take time. It's no different than when the city is building a project. We have to put the money in, we have to do the planning and design before you can get to construction. So, you know what? Everybody just has to remain patient. But the good news is at least it's been identified as a priority. And you know what? That's the most we can hope for at this point in time. Because I can't imagine any government lobbying on saying, stop, we're not going to do anything, like seriously. This has been an urgent, critical, I'm going to say it is a much needed one, and it's nice that it's just finally being identified by Alberta Transportation and Infrastructure to say, yep, you guys are finally a priority. So I'm happy. Citizens are happy.
Excuse me. All right, and now we move on to our local Bantam. You were there. I know that.
Oh.
How did they do?
Well, the Bantam AAA Rangers won their first 2 games in Lethbridge. Okay, so we knew they were playing, and this was the best out of 5. So Wayne and I off to the arena on Saturday. Heartbreaker. They lost. Okay, so off to the arena that we go on Sunday again, and they lost in overtime. And if you want to talk about heartbreak, oh my gosh. You know what? These boys are working their buns off, and you know what? They lost in overtime. So they're doing their best. They're trying to bring this championship home. So now they play on Wednesday down in Lethbridge. We will stay tuned, and I am crossing my fingers. Even Derek, who is one of our custodians, has said, if they win, he says he'll cut his ponytail off.
Serious? Okay, because this might be something we'll have to record then. You got to watch the ponytail. Oh my God!
I'm gonna hold him accountable.
Yes.
So if they win, we're gonna get him in here and we're gonna cut his ponytail off for him.
Yes.
So Derek, I'm holding you accountable on that one. Also on Sunday. Not only did we have the Bantam AAA provincial game, we had the Fort Saskatchewan Figure Skating Carnival.
Oh my God, that must have been beautiful.
They are so sweet. So they go from just the little tiny tykes all the way up to, a few more of the expert skaters. I took some pictures. I take video, but you know what? I can't seem to, it's always too many megabytes to post. But I took some really cute still shots of them. And, they were from grease lightning to, a spoonful of sugar with the little ones in their pajamas. And it was so nice to see the skating instructor. And she comes out and she says, you have to remember, figure skating isn't just for girls. You can have boys in it too. So it is primarily a girls' sport, but you know what? It's okay. Get your little ones out there too. Really, really cute.
I know when I was growing up playing hockey, there were some guys that went in figure skating, and those were the guys that became the elite player, because it teaches you finesse and grace and stuff that you just don't pick up. So as a guy, I'm saying this to all the I guess men my age that have boys, put them in figure skating if you want them to play hockey, or if they want to play hockey. They learn a lot of different techniques and how to skate properly and finesse that can be used in hockey. It's stuff that people just don't think. They think figure skating is a girly sport. It's hard. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know.
Yeah. Plus, they also get to meet all these girls that are in it.
Yeah!
That's a bonus.
I didn't want to say that, but that's a bonus. Yeah, that's a huge bonus.
It's true. I mean, they're out there doing their twirls and things, and look how many of the professionals actually get married.
Yes! And they're pretty good looking, some of them, and they're in good shape.
Hey everybody, welcome to the newest episode of Exploring Fort Saskatchewan. I'm Curtis Dominique. Here's the nice, beautiful little things here. We're stopping the podcast for a quick second. Yeah, as my wife's looking at me and all this kind of stuff and give me a weird thing. We're just stopping the podcast for 2 seconds to thank the sponsors who make this show possible. First off, Canadian Brew House, Joel, or should I say Archer. Thank you so much for letting us come down here. It's always a blast talking with him. Man, he's such a part of the community, like everything he does, the crib tournaments, bringing everybody to Edmonton for the Oilers game, watching them lose. It's incredible. Fort Gaming and Collectibles. Shane, this guy's the guy that he's like my best friend, because every time there's new board games, my wife will not allow me to go to the store because she knows I'm going to come back with $100 worth of stuff. Right? Yeah, she's laughing. Okay. Frankie's Barbershop. They always make me look so good. Frankie, oh my God, I go in there. It's awesome. But it seems like when I go in there, I bring like 5 or 6 people with me. So you might want to hire me just as a guy to sit there, and I'll keep bringing in new people for you. I don't know, it's a weird thing. The newest sponsor to this is an extremely good friend of mine, Rob Cicchetto. Now, everybody in this area, you probably have no idea who he is. He's a world-renowned zombie artist. You can go check out his zombie portraits. I'm going to put the link right down here. Zombieportraits.com. This guy zombifies everything. Humans, cats, dogs, any animal you think. His art is incredible. Check him out. Okay, I've taken up enough time saying all the sponsors, doing all this stuff. My wife's giving me the wrap it up signal. Back to the podcast. Here we go.
Okay.
So that, and then of course, the music festivals going on, the dance festivals are going on. Our Dow Centennial Center right now is just being utilized to full capacity, and it's wonderful to see the families and the children that are out there, and the ones who are singing, getting their awards. This is all about seeing how our children aspire and can continue to aspire to greatness. We've had celebrities that have come out of Fort Saskatchewan, and I've said that before. We've had actress Evangeline Lilly that has come out. We've had hockey players, Richard Matvechuk, Joffrey Lupul, Mike Commodore, just to mention a few. So you figure all of these sports that parents put their kids in, they have opportunities to
Absolutely.
to move forward.
Yeah, an up-and-coming podcaster.
There you go. So last night, I was very, very excited. Yeah.
I know.
Not up and coming. He's here. He's making a difference. He is
you.
exploring.
Thank you. I
Saskatchewan.
appreciate that.
Yes. So last night, joined our elite Fort Saskatchewan Firefighting Department as we paid recognition and tribute to Shell Canada for their contribution, their continued contribution to us. As part of the 110th anniversary of the fire department, Shell Canada provided grant sponsorship, and one of those was for new lockers for them. So beautiful new lockers. You go in there, their boots are lined up, their pants are over top of their boots, the helmet is right there, the coat is right there. So if they get a call as they come in, they're basically stepping into this, putting on their coat, hat, and out the door. And our fire chief, or our deputy fire chief, Bill Heasing, said it saves seconds. Sometimes it saves minutes because everything is there in order. And, it's all ventilated. They've had the washing machine that's been sponsored. They've had the industrial dryers that have been sponsored. And you see them, and they're big hoses that come down. So when they come in from being wet, they put their pants on it and they dry.
Yeah.
So you know what? We thank Shell Canada, we thank our industry, we thank our business community for always thinking about safety first in Fort Saskatchewan. Now, Connell McMillan was there from Shell Canada, and he said over 30% of their employees live in Fort Saskatchewan, and so safety for them is something that's really, really critical. And you know what? They want to make sure that we continue to live in a safe community. So to Shell Canada, we thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, now I guess we have to talk about St. Patrick's Day.
Ah, yes. The luck of the Irish.
Top of the morning to you. There, that's as much as I'll do it. So what did you do on St. Patrick's Day?
Well, St. Patrick's Day, of course, was pasta supper for the New Year's, family New Year's function that will happen at the end of this year. So in order to have that happen, of course, they need to start fundraising. There's always fundraising that's required. So they had green pasta, St. Patrick's Day fun and activities. It was just a lot of fun. So went to St. Anglican's Church, had some of this green pasta, and it was delicious. It was simply fantastic. Now, for me, it's not about just one meal for an evening, and of course, I've always said you have to eat in moderation, because we also had the multicultural spring potluck.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I would like to thank the Multicultural Association for continuing to bring awareness about their organization. So for anybody who is new to our community, who wants to get involved, they have women's meeting for Women's Night, they have Newcomers Night. If you just want to be involved, they are another organization, and they have 2 or 3 potlucks a year. This year, of course, back to back, so it was okay. And what they did this year, because they knew that it was going to be spread out through the evening, is they had fun and games. I won the musical chairs. I rock at that one. And they showed videos from around the world of different cultures.
Oh.
So very, very exciting. You know what? Fort Saskatchewan has so many organizations that, nonprofit organizations that bring so much to this community. For anybody wanting more information, they can contact the City of Fort Saskatchewan to see which organization might be right for you. But you know what? Get out, get involved, whether it's the Lions Club, the Rotary Club, any of the church associations. You know what? They bring so much to our Fort Saskatchewan. They give back, and that's the true heart of our community.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I guess we're wrapping up. I won't say what I did on St. Patrick's Day. I had people over and I beat them in darts pretty badly. That's all I'll say. But sorry, John. We'll wrap it up for this one. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and coming and being on Exploring Fort Saskatchewan.
And for everybody, remember, if you have a nonprofit group, if you have a business that you want on a video cast, contact Curtis.
Yes, absolutely. Dominique Digital, we're in the community. We're here to help your business grow, videos, podcasts, social media, anything. I'm available. We're doing everything. It's to help our city, Fort Saskatchewan.
So I would like to thank you for once again helping me explore the city of Fort Saskatchewan. Thank you.
Oh. All right, let's try that again. All right, there we go. All right. Well.
Exploring Fort Saskatchewan is a product of Dominique Digital.